So this is Zill mango, a beautiful little mango, hangs in clusters often. It's another Florida mango, selected by Lawrence Zill and named after the Zill family. Here we are back at Walter and Verna Zill's grove in Boynton Beach. Today we're going to talk to Walter about the Zill mango.
Dad come across that variety when he was looking for rootstock seedlings, driving around where people had trees in their yard, and the area of Lake Worth was very productive that way because a lot of persons that didn't have much money had moved in Lake Worth, and they planted a lot of mango seeds, and what they had available was not very high-class mangoes. But we could get a lot of rootstock mangoes up there. And his running around up there, he saw this tree that had such beautiful red fruit on it. He knew it was something different than the ordinary thing he had seen. So he inquired about it and got permission to propagate it. That is one mango that you can wring with the point of your knife around the edge of the seed and twist it apart, and with the spoon can spoon out the seed from the side that the seed stayed in, and then you have two halves of the fruit that you can spoon out, and they're very delicious, at least to my taste. We get this matter of whose taste is what, but I grew up on Zill mangoes and they are really good. In 1947 there was a bad hurricane came through here, and it broke up that tree. As my memory serves me, it was in the yard of a man named King. Anyway, the tree there was broken up, and Dad bought that stump, dug it up, had it moved with a crane like they would move vehicles with, or trees. I don't know. I was too young to remember that part of it, but he told me about it, and I remember seeing where the tree was planted. I do remember when it was planted and propped up there. That was in 1947, and that year I'd been 6 years old that year. Well, the tree grew, fast, and my brother and sisters, primarily my sisters, I don't remember my brother so much climbing in it, but we used a ladder to get to the first limb of it, which was about 8 feet high, and then we would get on up in the tree and climb up there, and where it was located was about maybe 100 yards west of US Highway 1, and from the top of that tree where we could climb, we could see over the power lines and the trees that were growing in Boynton Landscape Company that was between US 1 and the intercoastal water. We could see over all of that, and we could watch the ocean ships going by out there.
In 1922, Carl King planted a Haden mango seed on his property in Lake Worth, Florida. The tree first fruited in 1930. While Lawrence Zill was looking for rootstock mangoes in Lake Worth, he discovered the beautiful and tasty fruit on Mr. King's tree. In 1940, after getting permission to propagate the tree, Mr. Zill began grafting the variety. In 1945, the variety was described and named Zill. Zill is a very vigorous, large mango tree with average disease resistance. Our Zill tree was so vigorous that I decided to graft it over to another variety. I cut everything off the lowest branch and grafted on it. After the top of the tree was cut way back, and before I could graft it, the new long branches formed an umbrella-like canopy, which made the mangoes very easy to pick this year. I'm hoping we can create this effect every year by the way we trim the tree.
mercy, you can work your fingers to the bone picking them because they're so small. And the tree grows so vigorously, and then they drop so easily when they get ripe that it's as much waste with them as there was with carrot.
For these, I'm looking for plump fruit, sometimes a little coloring up, and round stems. So there's some fruit that is ready to pick. With this variety, it's best to not ripen totally on the tree because it is subject to internal breakdown. So it's better quality fruit if you pick it when it's green, but full-sized. Let's pick some Zill mango. Zill mangoes normally ripen in June and July. The fruit usually have a strong red blush. Zill is a soft, fiberless mango. Its flesh is very sweet and juicy and has a traditional Indian mango flavor. Tasting evaluations rate Zill as good to excellent.